Have you ever wondered why we have an extra day every 4 years? This quirky calendar event is known as a leap year, and it's all about syncing our human-made calendars with the universe's natural timekeeper, the sun. You see, our planet takes about 365 and a quarter days to orbit the sun, not a neat 365 as our calendars suggest. This might not seem like a big deal, but over time, this quarter-day discrepancy adds up. After 4 years, we're roughly a day behind where we should be, and that's when February 29th comes into play. This extra day added every 4th year helps realign our calendar year with the solar year. But why February? Well, February got the short end of the stick when Roman Emperor Julius Caesar revamped the calendar, leaving it with only 28 days. So, a leap year is essentially our calendar's way of playing catch-up with the sun. But who came up with this clever solution to our calendar mismatch, you may ask? The answer takes us back to ancient Rome, under the rule of Julius Caesar. In the year 46 BC, Caesar introduced a new calendar system known as the Julian calendar. This was based on the advice of his astronomer, Sosigenes of Alexandria, who suggested a year should be 365.25 days long. To account for that additional quarter of a day, an extra day was added every 4 years, creating what we now call a leap year. But even this system wasn't perfect. The calculation of 365.25 days was slightly off, causing the calendar to drift out of alignment with the seasons by about 11 minutes each year. Over centuries, these minutes added up. Fast forward to the late 16th century, Pope Gregory XIII and his astronomers realized this discrepancy and introduced a new calendar system to correct it. This is the Gregorian calendar, which we use today. They fine-tuned the concept of leap years by stating that a year that is exactly divisible by 100 would not be a leap year unless it is also exactly divisible by 400. This rule successfully eliminated 3 leap years every 4 centuries, bringing the calendar year more in line with the solar year. So leap years have been helping us keep our calendars accurate for over 2,000 years. Now, can you imagine what would happen if we didn't have leap years? If we didn't adjust for that extra quarter of a day each year, the calendar and the seasons would slowly start to drift apart. Let's think about it in terms of a clock. If your clock is a minute fast every day, after a month, it would be half an hour ahead. And after a year, it would be over 12 hours ahead. Similarly, if we ignored that extra quarter of a day after 4 years, our calendar would be a day ahead of the solar year. In 100 years, it would be about 25 days off. And in 400 years, our calendar would be 100 days ahead of the solar year. So, you see, without leap years, our calendar would slowly drift out of sync with the seasons. Without leap years, we could be celebrating Christmas in the middle of summer. And did you know that other calendars around the world also have their versions of leap years? Yes, that's right. Leap years aren't unique to the Gregorian calendar, the one most of us use today. Many other cultures and their calendars also incorporate this time-tweaking concept. Take the Hebrew calendar, for instance. It's a lunisolar calendar, which means it's based on both lunar and solar cycles. To keep holidays in sync with the seasons, they add a whole leap month 7 times in a 19-year cycle. Then there's the Chinese calendar, another lunisolar calendar. It also adds a leap month, but with a twist. The decision of when to add this extra month is determined by the time between winter solstices. Isn't that fascinating? Moving westward, we find the Persian calendar, or the Iranian calendar. It's a solar calendar, but it's one of the most accurate in the world. They add a leap day every 4 years, much like the Gregorian calendar. But their calculation is even more precise based on astronomical observations. These leap years, leap months, or leap days, whatever form they take, are all ways different cultures have found to bridge the gap between our human-made calendars and the natural solar year. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our desire to harmonize with the world around us. So, whether you're in New Delhi or New York, leap years are a global phenomenon that helps us keep time with the sun.